welcome back to the Hyper Chef. Tonight we're going to do broccolini with olives and capers. This recipe I found in the back of a magazine with no picture. I read it, sounded good, tore it out of the magazine at the doctor's office, put it in my pocket. Now I use my phone. This is broccolini. Broccolini is the skinnier cousin to actual broccoli. The entire stem is, without even be peeling, is good to eat. I've already trimmed those, but I just want you to see I'm trimming the ends off these. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop it and blanch it in salted water. The water's boiling, and because it's blanching, it's very quick. It's not going to stay here very long. So while that's in the water for about a minute or so, I'm going to rinse this off. And now we're going to make the topping. The topping is very simple. The topping is Kalamata olives, capers, which are not drained, and shallot. So we're going to take our shallot. Shallot burns very quickly, so you have to cook it. Be very mindful when it's on the stove, otherwise it will burn. So we're going to take our shallot, we're going to slice it like this. It's a very simple dish. And it gets very slippery when you're cutting it, so just be careful, watch your fingers. Okay. And that is all the work that this is. So broccolini is almost ready to come off. While we're waiting a little bit longer, now we're going to take some pitted Kalamata olives and put them on our cutting board. You do not use the seasoned ones because it makes everything bitter. You want to use the ones that are just pitted. If you can't find them, you have to take them, you have to pit them yourself. And what we're going to do is roughly run the knife through them, cut them in half, cut them in thirds, just mush them up a little bit. Just running the knife through them, just putting my hand on top of them so they don't slide too much. And believe it or not, that is all you need to do to make this dish, and I'll show you how in a second. So let me just finish the last couple of cuts here. I'm a sucker for a good Kalamata olive. All right. And that is good. Now, this is ready to come off. So what I'm going to do, just save time, I'm not going to bother moving the pot of water. I'm just going to take because you don't have to make this cold. I'm going to take the broccolini, see how bright green it is? I'm going to take the block of broccolini, and I'm going to put it right into this bowl. Now this is the part you can do ahead. You can blanch the broccolini in the morning if you're having company and you want to make it last minute. You can blanch it in the morning and just leave it on the counter, and then you will warm it right back up when you put the toppings on, and I'll show you how. So we're going to take this pot, we're going to move it backwards, out of the way, and we're going to take out a chicken fryer. And in the chicken fryer, we're going to put a very thin layer of olive oil. That's all you need. That's about right. We're going to turn that on. Grab our trusty wooden spoon, as we always say, not just for hitting kids with. And we are now going to wait for that to warm up, and we're going to add the shallots. So put your shallots in. Actually, let me get out my little tool. Make my life easier. Hang on and grab it. This is the best thing. Makes life a lot easier. We're going to throw the shallots in. And again, it's to taste how many you want to do. So we'll throw that in. We'll throw the olives in. Wait for the sizzle. We're adding no salt to this dish because of this. The olives are salty, and so is the briny capers. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our wooden spoon. We're going to smooth it down. And as soon as those shallots start to cook down, we're going to drop the broccolini right on top of it. As soon as that broccoli gets dropped on top, we toss it with the tongs and we put it onto a platter. We'll come back in a minute when that's cooked down. Okay, this has had time to heat through. As you can see, the shallots are cooked down. There's a nice sizzle going on. And all we're going to do is take this, dump it back in, take the tongs, and go like this. And just incorporate it. And that is it. The dish is done. That is how simple this dish is. I'm just going to keep taking it and coating all of the broccolini with the olives and capers. I'm multitasking over here. I'm boiling someone's pasta at the same time. All right. Now that olive oil is coated all around the broccolini, which would be very bland otherwise because of the fact that it has just been in salted water. Now we're going to turn this off, and we're going to put the broccolini across the plate like that. Now this is all on the plate. Now what we're going to do is with a slotted spoon, I'm going to put the olives and capers across the top. And that, as they say, is a beautiful dish for your table. It's absolutely delicious and very healthy. You leave the oil behind, use the slotted spoon, put it across the top, and there you have it. And as my nana used to say, mangia con buon gusto.